Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heij, and I am a dragon witch. It's not a fantasy. Dragon witches are real. You are looking at him. And we can be male and female and whatever. We can be everyone. I mean, everyone in the world can be a dragon witch. Depends if they can see the dragon or feel the dragon and they want to accept the dragon. What kind of a people are these? I mean, we are all different. Every dragon witch is different. But I just made this opportunity to confess something with you, my brother and sister, because I want to be very honest with you. I mean, I don't want to leave everything behind. What I can tell to you, I can say to you, I will share with you. And this is something that I was actually a bit afraid to tell you. But in fact, it's something that I can see that a lot of us have in common with. And also that this is the reason why we experience the dragon, why we feel the dragon, why we sometimes even see the dragon inside of dreams and visions. This is because a few months ago, someone said to me, when I was explaining things about the dragon and my spirituality, he said, yeah, I'm looking at you for a while now, and I believe that you have autism. I said, what? I'm not sick. I don't have a disease. And he said, yeah, you have every symptom of it. And I said, what kind of ridiculous thing is that? And I was actually a bit intrigued, and I wanted to look down for it at home. And I said, oh my God, oh my goddess, I have every symptom of it, every symptom of being autistic, but I do not have it in a higher part. And I looked back at my childhood, and I said, oh my goodness, I really had that. When I was a child, I was not like everyone else. I was completely different than everyone else. In fact, I was afraid of them. I was afraid to be with them. And that is why I was bullied so much, because I was autistic. And people back in the day didn't want to see it. My dad said, there's nothing wrong with him. And the people from the school, he's stupid, he's dumb. I remember it very much. They were always picking on me, and I didn't understand why. What am I doing? I tried to be like everyone else, but I failed every time. When I was on the playground, I just escaped to the garden. I wanted to be alone. I just wanted to sit there and stare at the ground, stare at the grass, because the grass was much more interesting into playing around with these guys, because I was not like them. And that was very much the symptom of being autistic. They are not like everyone else. They have abilities and disabilities. The abilities that they have are much higher than everyone else. For example, they pay much more attention. For example, if a drop falls from their fingers, they will examine it and study it, and they will see it as something very interesting, where no one else pay any attention on. Every single tree here in this forest is being touched by me. Every single, those are a lot, is being touched because I want to see it, I want to explore it, I want to hold it, I want to know it. And that is what other people do not have, if they don't have autism. And autism is also, you can see it as a disability, and that is, of course, back in the day it was seen as a disease. It's not a disease, it's not something bad, it's something that you are born with, and you should be proud of it even. Proud of it. And because I've seen a lot of people like you, my brothers and sisters, and when you explained to me your childhood and everything that happened to you, I said, yeah, you are awakened by the dragon because of your autism. You have autism, a part of it, not that you are completely gone from the world. Of course not, because a lot of people who are autistic are brilliant. They are genius. They have abilities that just normal people do not have. But they also have disabilities like being completely different than everyone else and being demonized for what you are. And that is what I sometimes, when I look at my childhood, I said, why didn't they see that? I just needed some extra help. I was not good at learning because I was bullied so much, because I didn't want to be amongst them, because I felt crowded. I didn't want to follow that line. And that is what they hated about me. They always said, follow the line. But I said, why? Because I don't want to follow that line. Follow that line? Are you stupid or something? And that, my brothers and sisters, is the reason why you are awakened by the dragon. Because who knows about the dragon? Who knows about that? Once I was 18 years old, I was already working, already at my job, because I couldn't handle school anymore. Because, of course, I showed to people that I wasn't stupid because I proved that 1 year. 1 year. I just flew down and said, I'm going to prove to you I'm not stupid. And of course, every numbers, I got a straight Ace in everything, especially in that electronica. I was amazing in that because I jumped in it. I just wanted to prove it that I wasn't stupid. And later on, of course, people started to bully me again, and so I was completely overcome, gone. Because yeah, and those are the people who have it most difficult in life. You can say gays have it so difficult. Well, no, people with autism have it much more difficult because they cannot hide who they are. People who have a sexual interpretation can hide their ways in some. Of course, I don't say that it's good to hide their ways. Of course not. But people who have autism cannot hide it. We cannot hide it. And once I was 18 years old, I, because of this, I opened the gate to the dragon. The dragon was already here, and the dragon was with me. And because of this, because my senses are out, are disabled. Oh, sorry, disabled from one direction, but on the other direction, my other senses are much higher than everyone else. It's more unnatural how high it can be with someone who has autism. And that is what I see with you, my brother and sister. You have much more senses, much more abilities than everyone else. You, of course, might also have the same disabilities as me. But is it something bad? Of course, it's not something bad. You don't have to see it as a disease. Of course not. It's not a disease. It's an ability that you have. Because of this, you open the gate of the dragon. Of course, when I saw my dragon for the first time, and I felt my dragon, because when I knew about the dragon, I said to myself, but that is not a path I can take. The dragon is not a path. It's not a path at all that I can take. And and that is what an autistic person has. It talks to himself all the time. And I saw it as my own draconic self, that I talk to myself. And I said to myself, why can you not follow the dragon? It's not because they said that you can only follow Jesus and Muhammad, that you have to follow that, or Shiva, or whatever religions there are. No, you have this vision of the dragon. You can feel the dragon. You know that the dragon is with you. Why cannot you follow? Why can't you follow that? It's not because someone else said, I see it, so now you can feel it. Now you can follow me. Follow me. No, I don't follow humans, and that is the reason why I follow the dragon. I said, fuck it. I just follow the dragon. I follow my own self. I'm sick and tired of all these people that say that you have to follow that line. I don't have to follow that line, and that is the reason why I follow the dragon. I follow a path that is not yet being created. A path that is not a path that I say, follow me because I created a path. Of course not. You follow your own path. Every dragon is different. Every path is different. And that is what I can see, my brothers and sisters. A lot of people on the dragon's path also have autism. And they have opened up the gate of the dragon because of that. But you don't have to see it as a disease. It's something very much that you are born with. It's something that you should be proud of. Because you might have a difficult life here because of that. And you might have it difficult because you have a dragon spirit, a dragon soul because of this. You opened up your own self and you have the mind of the dragon. An awakening of the dragon, my brothers and sisters, is in fact when you can see through the eyes of the dragon. You see this world with the eyes of the dragon. And that is something completely new. And that is also something that is the reason why you might have autism just like me, because you are not completely human. You are not everyone else. They're alienating people with autism because they are not like everyone else. They want to have a distance. But I learned to work amongst 200 people every single day. In the beginning, when I was working, I was like very quiet, but now I'm like a very unique guy. I mean, they said to me all the time, you are strange, but I like it. All the time. Working amongst 200 people back in the day, impossible. Now I just forced myself to live amongst people because we don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We live as a human amongst humans. So we force ourselves to go inside of it. As a child, I failed all the time. Now I'm adult. I'm 35-year-old man. I learned how to deal with it. So yeah, but I also learned how to live with autism. I learned how to live with the dragon spirit. I learned how to live, how to be different. So yeah, and that is the reason why you might open the gate for the dragon, because you are the same thing. Of course, people when sometimes they show people with a large autism, like they don't have any abilities anymore, like they have, yeah, all these abilities are actually gone. Well, that is not the form that we have it. We have disabilities and abilities. And abilities is that we are spiritual, much more sensitive, much more seeing, much more feeling, much more sensing, much more everything. And that is the reason why you can feel and see the dragon. Not because you're sick or something. Like back in the day, it was so much demonized. But even today, people just do not seem to understand what being autistic is. But it's actually not something bad. You should be proud of it, because this is the reason why you are on the dragon's path. Because this is the reason why you are not following Jesus, Muhammad, Shiva, or Buddha, or whatever. No, you are following your own spirit. You are following your own shadow. You are following what you experienced. You are following everything. Every person that was the first in its spirituality is autistic. Every one of them. People who are not like everyone else just follows them. But you are unique. You are the one that is the first one, because there is a dragon by your side. You know about it. You feel it. You touch it. You smell it. You everything about it. You know about it, and you are in the front line of it. If someone wants to follow that, that is fine. But this is all meant for you. So being autistic is not something bad. You should explore it and feel it. That is the entire reason why the gate of the dragon is being opened.